What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Beat Strategy. I am Pete. I'm a top grandmaster in Risk Global Domination. Today we're working on our airship skills. We're playing Airship World Domination. I'm going to show you guys all the hard chokes today so we can understand how this board works. Okay. Top right into, that's not a hard choke. I see it goes around. Ah. Okay. I'm in the fourth seed playing as red. So the red line chokes all the way to there. Crazy pocket. I don't think there's a deeper pocket than that. And then we have, let me do a different color. This is also a Eric's Pixels innovation. I've shouted you out now in two different videos for two different things. Okay, and then those split. Yeah. So it's a 2 point up to there, I see. And then the top line, we'll do green. Go down. I actually don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's a mostly open board, so I think this is the best position. Probably because it will be the least contested, but I'm not in it. And I haven't seen anyone pop out of there. So if we go in there, see, this seems like a better hedge, though, right? I've spawned with a lot on the left-hand side. So maybe something like this to give me... Ooh, purple's there, aren't they? There's nothing I can do about that. Maybe they're not. We don't know. They are hard choke. Pete missed. Which one did I miss? Which one did I miss? Oh, you're right. Thank you. I did miss. That makes sense. Those two create... Right. So we do know where orange is. And then the red line does something completely different. Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. So it goes like that. Huh. You're right. Okay, so then yellow. We're going to redo this. There's white. Reasonable start for white. And then... Oh, okay. So we have a totally different idea then. This goes this way. And then into the middle and around. Yeah. Okay, so the left-hand side is open, but seems somewhat contested. And the right-hand side is super congested. Does purple smoke my one of my threes? Or will I be allowed to start somewhere? Appreciate the shout out, but not required. Man, it's just, nobody needs to do all this for free, so thank you. It's the fucking least I could do. Mm-hmm. Gonna try break both? Are we gonna try manual both threes? It's a bold move. If that lands, I'm totally fucked. We are at attrition with purple, aren't we? He's gonna try manual both threes. This is a fucking high skilled play. Oh no, he's gonna try and defend himself. Don't do that. This is not a... This is neither the time nor the place, sir. Clifford says, I've been getting beat up on Exponential, having to go to 5. What's up with that? It's Exponential. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. We're playing Exponential today, and it's going to be it's going to be a shit show if the game stabilizes. Full settings. We're playing Exponential Progressive World Dom. So this is a variant of the Prog World Dom stuff that I've been doing on Airship, just with a more explosive card type and an automated bot. So if I do get in a situation, I can potentially protect myself. I feel bad for purple, but that was not the move. That was not the move. Trying to hunker down. Zog, what's up? I've literally watched all your videos, but never saw you live. I don't do it too often, but here we are, friends. Here we are for the tubes. I'm having a good weekend. How about you? Yes, you can, Panda. What do you got for me? Okay, so it looks like white held, and then white's going to go into blue. Nah, I'm in Toronto right now. I'll be in Florida again once my visa comes through. Oh, fuck! There goes blue's open. Okay, so white being there is probably bad for me. But I'm dealing with purple. I won't be able to address white. What would you say is a quintessential 80s song? Never Gonna Give You Up. Love and respect to you. Back at you, man. Why am I so good at classic map and so bad with this map? Oh, this map requires a lot of different skills, actually. So one of the things that this map does that classic doesn't do is this map makes turn order matter very much. So if you're in the first seat versus the final seat, the way you play is totally different. And that's not exactly true for classic. The other thing that makes this map very different than classic is a mostly diplomatic map because the map isn't juiced. The map doesn't matter a ton. It matters, right? But the bonuses aren't super jacked, super impactful right away. This is. So this is a far less diplomatic game and a far more explosive, brutal game where you just go bad to your neighbors and you murder everybody and or die trying, right? Purple tried to have a relationship with me there. And that was not a good idea for purple. Right? I think you actually have to go brutally bad to your neighbors on Airship. Otherwise, they snowball instead of you. Long wait for citizenship. Yeah, I'm not looking for citizenship. I'm not actually. I'm going for a non-immigrant visa. I'm just going for a work visa, so I will be allowed to live and work in the United States versus trying to become a citizen. That's a problem for future Pete. All right. Unfortunately, we have to break white's heart as well. What's the best bonus to hold in the late game on this map? Okay, so and white quit immediately. That was what I was hoping to see. I was hoping at least one of those guys would quit from being horribly broken. This map changes a ton based on the blizzard position. So rather than suggest one bonus is better than another, what I will say is draw your eye to the back of a pocket. So this lines into, right? Or this, where I made the error. So being at the back of the pockets mean you'll have the ability to, or this, or sorry. All right, these spots. Spots that the blizzards make sort of deep corners. That's where you want to be because that will allow players will hit into you and then you'll hit back at them. It will allow you to sort of push your expansion out. I'm not dealing with any of that because you asked late game. In the beginning, everyone sees that, so everyone picks that. So being in other people's way is kind of fatal in the open. You got to be really careful. So now I need a turn of tempo where people aren't beating on me. You got fed mid? We'll see. I need a turn of tempo where people aren't beating on me to kind of stabilize before I will say I've been fed anything. Like white takes that bonus, right? Yeah, I just have to keep breaking. Now I have to keep breaking a bot or else we're going to have a strong bot in there. So purple is trying to be here on the outside. Does blue hold anything? I missed it. 7. So blue is likely up here then, or up here. No, did we see blue? They came up there. Where was that black? All right, purple on 5. They're going to revenge, take their shit back. Killed it, don't want people to quit. The only difference between the two. It's not that I want people to quit. I would actually say I strongly don't want people to quit. So I agree. I fully agree with Kyle. But what I do is I don't bitch about it. It is the way it is. So if people are going to quit, then I'm going to design settings around the fact that they quit and take advantage of that rather than have it be another thing that I could just be like, well, there's all sorts of design elements in this game that we can discuss as, design flavors or even design flaws. But people choosing to stick around is, I think, it's still something that they could work on the design level. But I would say, let's make sure it's broken. Okay, I did all that because I do want to be at the back of my own pocket. And I do that to break the bot. Great. Okay. Let's put some resources to the front of it. And we'll deal with the bot ideally next turn. Yeah, I don't want players to quit. I find it frustrating, in fact. I think if you were playing to win and playing to learn, you stay. You learn how to come back from a disadvantageous position, right? I respect players who stick around. I respect players who don't just quit out. I respect players who actually punish me if I'm the one who fucked them. But I will say that on Airship, because players really they have the fucking quite the glass jaw on Airship, I do try to design settings around the fact that they do, because I'm competitively minded. I'm just trying to win games, right? Where did 100 people go during the best part, GeoGuessr? Not everyone's flavor, I guess. How you doing, V Perez? Yeah, no Twitch notification. I don't multi-stream, so this one's just for the YouTube folks. How you doing, John Morton? Hey, Peter, I'm 56 years old and been playing a few months. Welcome to the game, sir, and welcome to the stream. Several games a day. Playing the game as a kid. Stuck in intermediate. Any advice? Yeah. What do you play? What type of settings? You playing classic fixed? Are you playing caps yet? Because I think I can tailor. If you're a classic fixed intermediate, I can tailor my advice to that. Clear white out of my side. Yeah, white's a bot though, so it's a priority. It's just not the number one priority. What is black doing with 9 trips? Okay, it looks like I'm good now. Yeah, I think I will have the resources to do this. Go hua, 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 double split. And then I can guard my position on 2 fronts, here and here. Once I win, once I clear that. You play both. Okay, so I think the skill curve and risk, I would say stick with something, and probably classic fixed. So classic fixed will help you understand diplomacy and mechanics. And once you're there, honestly, you're a lot of the way to GM. Yes. Great. So now the bot's going to set either there or there. I shouldn't guard from it too much. Black says, well played. Thank you. Yeah, you're not getting back there. You're definitely not getting back there, Black. So I think the way I would approach the skill acquisition and risk is play a lot of classic fixed, then classic progressive, then progressive on other maps, and then other modes, right? Then get into caps or zombies or whatever. Because each is kind of a different addition to the fundamental game, which is classic fixed, I think. Classic fixed is still very infinitely deep, which is why I can still kind of shoot a Fixed Fridays every week and not be bored, not hate it. But As an intermediate on Classic Fix, what you're going to be dealing with is you're probably losing games these days to two things. You're probably losing games because your spawn sucks and or you can't make the most out of it. So you're gonna be taking a lot of sixths and fifths because you get unlucky / don't know how to get out of being unlucky in the open. And then the other thing that's probably getting you as an intermediate is suicides that seem to come out of nowhere. Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay. So, and for the second piece of advice, the suicides that seem to come out of nowhere, keep in mind that people rarely do anything random. So when it seems to come out of nowhere, you got to ask yourself, why did they do that? Right? Try to empathize with what your opponents want. Try to give it to them such that they will give you what you want. Play with alliances. And I think those little things will step up your game. And you're already asking the right questions. So, Willie says, if you're trying to get a high rank, is there a point to going for different modes or stick to one fully just for rank? I think all of the guys that are getting to the very, very top tend to play almost the exact same thing over and over and over and over again. And that is a feature of the ranking system. It doesn't really reward diverse skills. It rewards time in the game grinding. Black's already on 12. So black's going to be big. Black's going to be my main competition, right? And they're hitting purple now. Would this be called a snowball? Yeah, I think we can. I think we're at that stage where we can officially call it. I feel bad for purple. Okay. So we're going to put our troops. Let's leave that. No, let's put that out. We're going to put our troops there. We're not going to kill white this turn. We'll kill white next turn on 3 cards. Just to prevent anyone else from getting the white kill. We fed the blue kill. Orange block goes to 5. Orange block sets exterior. I think we're in a good way. We have half the map before the real trades come in, right? So, how you doing, Jesse? Pete's such a big fan. Been aching almost 3 years. Just bought my dream car. Fuck yeah, man! 2026 Mustang Dark Horse with handling package. Make the best days, dude. Have fun with that. Have fun with that, my friend. That's awesome. John Morton says, that's perceptive. Can you explain that again? Kind of went over my head. No worries. The two things that are probably getting you killed are you're getting into situations in the open. So in the first, say, 4 or 5 turns where you can't take a position due to a couple of things. Luck, either bad luck that you don't have a good open or bad luck that you end up in someone else's way and you guys accidentally kill each other. And then later on in the game, the things that are getting you are you might be getting what feels like suicided into by players out of nowhere. And that is a failure of diplomacy. And there probably is a reason. You're just not perceptive to the reason. So when it seems like you're getting smoked by somebody out of nowhere, it's more likely that there is a reason that you don't know. So ask, why? Why did they smoke me? And how do I figure out a way to work with them next time? Paul says, if you had to play one more game of Risk for your life, if you win, you live, you get millions. You lose, you die. What map and settings? Ooh, great question. Okay, blue's going to go for white but miss. Good. That's what I was hoping I would see. No, he's going to go for orange. Goes for purple. Okay. Can blue snowball as Expo? If you can find the white kill, you can. That's exactly why I saved the white kill. Blue seems good. We might still have a game. This is what the Expo does. You getting orange? Okay. This is kind of the spice. This is the spice moment. Punch out from the 1 point. Yeah, I'm going to kill everyone. How you doing, Dave? Pete always has a vendetta for Burpee? Nah, come on. Come on. Mortazo, hello. So many people on the Risk subreddit that refuse to accept that losing to noobs is a skill issue. I mean, there's no small part of the reason I've been so prolific in this community is due to that subreddit, right? When I came around, I got to GM playing Prog World on my phone with camera animations on. I was already a GM before I figured out how to turn off the animation. So, the skills in this game have increased tremendously. Now, who else can die? I think Orange has to die, right? I have to find Orange and kill Orange. Wish me luck. We assume blue is there. We assume black is here. So, orange. Are you kill guarding him? Are you kill guarding orange, black? Yes, you are. You're kill guarding him, aren't you? No. Oh, fuck. That's not what I expected to see. Fair enough. Orange has an 18th stack. Okay. So unless... I should have just killed black, I think. Fuck. Well, let's see how this goes now. Greetings from Lake Havasu. How you doing, Sean? No set on 4. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? Okay. Now, orange removes black from that side, perhaps. So black's going to set. I should have just killed black or fed it to the bot. How does blue play this? If blue is a set and black has a set, I'm fucked. Because it's Expo. We're currently on the 50 trade. And this, as I said, this game goes way. No set on 4-0, no? I think we still get a kill unless blue trades. Blue can't push far enough into me. Okay, black has quit. Interesting. Maybe he doesn't have cards. I think we get there then. Good for you, blue. You made it to the end of the gauntlet by the looks of things. John says, that makes sense, Pete. Been playing while traveling around the world on plane. Any tricks for moving faster? Have you turned off camera animations and settings? Because other than that, the only thing you can do is... oh, he didn't have a set. All right, easy win. Other than that, the only thing you can do is play longer turn timers. It's difficult to do two things at once, and sometimes those two things are talk and win a game of Risk, folks. But we're going to try our best. And it looks like blue did indeed make it to the end of the gauntlet. Yeah, black also missing a set. Where and wha. And the game, indeed, was good. How you doing, Aptol? What's up, man? Well played, blue. Oh, did I miss the kill? I did. I missed the kill. Fuck. Ah, man. I didn't put trips on that turn. I didn't mean to stall you, blue. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was an error. I fucked up. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Good game. I know. Yo, did he just win 102 v 140? Okay, 120 v 144. Not so bad. Not so bad. He just got 102 v 144 roll. What a great roll. Am I Vampire Chicken? What, making mistakes? Or being absolutely hilarious? Michelle says, hi, Pete. I've had a terrible week catching. YouTube stream made me happy, though. I'm very glad I can offer you that little bit of something, man. All right, this time I will not dilly-dally. I think blue is good. Blue had some great fucking dice. I think blue's actually quite good. Okay, today's question, we're going to do a Q&A before we end, and this one is from Joey. Hello, Joey. Hey, Pete, if I may ask, do you have a podcast? Yes. Or have you considered doing a podcast? And if you have not, what would you do for a podcast? So I think I'm an okay conversationalist. I think I could have a really fun podcast with just about anyone. I could sit down, I could talk to you, we could talk about whatever. The podcast is called Waiting on Your Best Behavior. And there is a playlist. If you go into Kill Pete Strategy YouTube and you look at the playlist, there is a playlist called Waiting on Your Best Behavior. And currently at 81 episodes. So here's the shareable link for those in chat. I haven't done one recently, but long form podcast opportunities. It is something that I find interesting and I would love to be able to do it more. It just wasn't, anytime I have anyone on the show with a different mic, it doesn't tend to do well. So the YouTube algorithm kind of punishes me, for making that type of stuff. Defeating. Oof. Yeah, I feel bad for, sorry, Perpy. I feel bad for you. So what Perpy tried to do turn one was try to have stable borders with me and be respectful. And I absolutely wasn't going to and punished him for that. So defeating 3 novices, 1 beginner, and 1 expert. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.